Hi everyone. Am I audible? Hi, good morning everyone. I hope you all are doing good. I hope you all are in good health. So yesterday I was not able to take the session. Power glitch was there due to heavy snowfall, and today also there is a power glitch. It just started, you won't believe, but it just started 20 minutes before the session. So it's okay, fine. I'll see for how long I can manage. So I thought that even if it is for 1 hour or 1.5 hour, I should start this chapter if we will be able to finish it today. Right? If there will be no glitch, I'll finish it today. Otherwise, I'll take the part 2 in the evening or tomorrow. Okay. So sorry for keep you waiting. I was just starting the system. Right now, I got this. Now it started. So let's start the chapter. So the chapter that we are going to start today is anatomy of flowering plants. And yeah, many students, they are asking for the, right? Many students are asking for the morphology. So this week, I will also talk about the morphology part. Okay. So yes, the chapter that we are going to start today is anatomy of flowering plants. Ready? So here I'll give you some instructions as well. Just allow me 1 minute. I'll tell you, we'll start the chapter, but yeah, understand one thing. For the anatomy of flowering plants, if you will check the official syllabus provided by NTA, so there you will see they discuss about the tissue part. So here you need to know about the xylem. We have to start with the parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, phloem in detail. So in new NCERT, right guys, in the new NCERT, you will, right, not find this part, the parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, phloem thing, but here you will. Done? Okay. Done? Okay, so let's start. Right, so I'll share this old NCERT PDF in the Telegram group as well, right? I'll share that in the Telegram group as well. So here in the anatomy part, again, I'm repeating, yes, you need to know about the tissue in detail. You should know about the parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem is there, phloem is there. Okay, so all that things you have to study. Then we talk about the sections. So there are some teachers who believe that if it is not given in the NCERT, right, because sections are there in the NCERT, basically tissue system is there in the NCERT, but this basics of the tissue, they are not in the NCERT, so the question will not come. No, we cannot rely on that. We have seen last year pattern, we have seen NEET 2025, we know what kind of physics paper was there. So this time I'll suggest you whatsoever is in the syllabus, right, whatsoever is in the syllabus, guys, do complete it. Okay, don't just stick to this thing, right? Don't just stick to this thing that if it is in NCERT, we'll do it. No, we have to complete our syllabus. But there is one suggestion: those topics which are not in the NCERT, which are not in the new NCERT, but still they are the part of your syllabus, you can revise them later. You pay attention on those which are in NCERT, but you cannot miss that. Okay, you cannot miss that. Okay, right? Oh, guys, it is not recorded. I'm taking live. Chill. Focus here. Mr. Ashoka. So focus here. So let's start the chapter. So everybody in the chat section, do let me know what is the meaning of anatomy. What is the meaning of anatomy? And here I'll start today's session with a story. Actually, when I was in class 10th, right? So board exams were there. Hannah, you also give the board exams. So what happened was that our maths teacher, he's a wonderful teacher, right? We used to get like, I was so scared of him. My maths was good, but still, I don't know why, but he's a wonderful teacher. Right now he's retired, so he's a wonderful teacher. I believe he still teaches amazingly. So what happened was whatsoever he used to say, na, that these questions will come as per the board pattern every time in the board exam, right? Every time in the board exams, that questions used to be there. Like if sir will predict na that this is going to be your board exam paper, it was like that only, right? But what happened when we were in class 10th, okay, like in the maths exam there were some problems. He covered the entire syllabus, but when it comes to the pre-board examination or the test and all, he focused on some set of questions only. He was like, these type of questions, na, I taught you initially, but they will not come in your board exams. Okay, everybody prepared like that. By default, my maths was good. I just got scared of him, but otherwise my maths was good. Even I didn't practice that question, right? A few days back, like before my exam, one of my cousins, he said that, Ambika, practice this, practice that. As a fun, I was practicing that. Trust me, as a fun, I was practicing that. And when we saw the final paper, right, when we saw the final paper of maths, it was nothing like the sir used to tell us. It was not like that, right? Whatever question sir used to say that this will not come in the board exams, right? From last so many years I'm teaching, this is my experience, that will not come in the board exams. That year only that questions were there in the paper, and that year maximum, right, maximum students, they just got failed in the maths examination because everybody used to believe in sir's guess. Okay, done. So it happened, literally it happened. So believe me, I believe this thing in my case, that if somebody is saying, no, as per the previous year paper, only these kind of questions are going to come, I always complete the syllabus, because I don't know. Maybe I'll be the special case that year. Maybe I'll be the special person that year. Maybe that year, the pattern will change. So believe in that. Got my point? Believe in that. Trust me, it happened to me. I got good marks, but they were not very good, right? And many students, they just got failed in math that year because they were like, if sir has said so, this is going to be the pattern. And that time, the pattern was changed. Okay? So consider yourself as a special case, always. Always. Okay? So let's start the chapter. Yes, you are right. So what are we talking? We are talking about the anatomy. We are talking about the anatomy, right? So what is anatomy? It is the study of internal structure. And yes, as per your request, I'll soon start. This month I'll complete morphology as well. Happy? Happy? So study of internal structure, what do we call it? It is the anatomy. What is it? It is the anatomy. So here you guys can see, just have a look. So what is anatomy? It is the branch of biology that deals with the study of internal structure and organization of plant and plant organs, right? That deals with the study of internal structure and organization of plant and plant organs. Is that clear? So Nehemiah Grew, he's the father of plant anatomy. And when it comes to the father of Indian plant anatomy, you talk about the K.A. Chaudhary. Is that clear? So who's the father of plant anatomy? Nehemiah Grew. Who's the father of Indian plant anatomy? K.A. Chaudhary. Is that clear? So here what we have to understand, we need to understand what tissue is. So when you look at this particular slide, what am I trying to show you? Students, this is the internal structure, right? This is the internal structure. Like let's suppose you want to study the stem, root, leaf, whatsoever it is, we have to take their thin sections. Then we have to follow the staining procedure. Then when under the microscope we observe, we see that type of arrangement. We see different types of cell. Here this is showing us the vascular bundle, right? Look at the arrangement here. Different types of arrangements are there. So here this part, what is it? What exactly it is? What exactly it is? It is the cell. Is that clear? It is the cell. So that's what you have to remember, right? Beta, Theophrastus is the father of botany. Done, beta? Sure, just a minute. Okay, done. So let's get started. So when you talk about the tissue part, right, what exactly is the tissue, right? We know this hierarchy very well. And if you don't know it, it's a matter of concern. What is that hierarchy? We know that cell is the basic unit of life. So cell forms what? Cell forms tissue. Tissue forms what? Tissue form organ. Organ forms what? Organ form organ system, right? Organ form organ system, and then organ system, it forms what? The complete organism. So we all are aware of it, right? We all are aware of it. So we have the cell. Cell is forming the tissue. Tissue is forming the organ. Organ is forming the organ system. And then finally there is an organism. This is the hierarchy that we know when we talk about the living system. Right. So now when you talk about the tissue, what exactly is a tissue? Tissue is a group of cells. Tissue is a group of cells. Right. What is it? It's a group of cells having similar structure, or function, but always have common origin. But always have what? Always have common origin. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? Yes or no? So it is a group of cell having similar structure or function. Function or structure can be dissimilar also. Function or structure can be dissimilar. Function or structure can be dissimilar, but always they will have what? Always they will have common origin. That's what you have to keep in your mind. Is that clear? That's what you have to keep in your mind. This is what the tissue is, and this is what we have to remember. So always what should be there? There should be the common origin. Function, right? Function can be similar or it can be dissimilar as well. So that's what you have to keep in your mind. Any doubts? Any doubts here? This is the basics of the tissue. Now, when you look at this part, this is the same thing I have explained here. Now, look at this. This is something that you have to remember. When you are talking about the plant tissue, here in the plant tissue, we will talk about the meristematic tissue. We will talk about the permanent tissue. In the meristematic tissue, there are further categorization that we have to keep in our mind. So, very first thing that we have to start is about the meristematic tissue. So, let's talk about that. So in the case of plants, right, as you just noticed in that flow chart, what I just said, there is the meristematic tissue and there is the permanent tissue. There is the meristematic tissue and there is the permanent tissue. Are you getting my point? So when you talk about the meristematic tissue, you know that due to this meristematic tissue, plant grow throughout its life. Plant grow throughout its life due to this meristematic tissue. So what exactly is the meristematic tissue? What exactly is the meristematic tissue? So let me discuss that with all of you. So meristematic tissue, we know that it's the group of actively dividing cells. Yes, I hope you all are aware of it. So it's a group of actively dividing cells. So what are the properties here? See, It's a group of actively dividing cell which is present at the tips, which is present in between the permanent tissue as well. So when you talk about this group of cell, first of all, understand this. All the points are mentioned here in the session itself, but first let's understand this. Let's suppose this is a group of tissue. What's that? It is a group of tissue. Now, here when you will look at the cells, they are small sized, right? What sort of cells are you going to say? You will see small size. Why? Because they are actively dividing. You know that when a cell is small in size, the cell is going to be active here, hai na? Small in size, active. We know that such cells will have what? Such cells will have a large nucleus. Such cells will have large nucleus, right? And there will be what? Dense cytoplasm. There will be large nucleus and there will be dense cytoplasm. So large, or you can also call it as conspicuous nucleus, right? Conspicuous nucleus, right? Large nucleus, or there will be dense cytoplasm, right? Small size cell it is. It's a plant cell. We know that it is going to be thin walled. It is going to be thin walled, right? So thin walled, it is basically having the primary cell wall. What sort of cell wall are you going to see? Primary cell wall. So that primary cell wall will have the cellulose. You won't see the secondary cell wall here in these actively dividing cell. You guys are going to see the primary cell wall. Thin walled it is, right? Dense cytoplasm it is having, large nucleus it is having, and here you people will see that there will be abundant cytoplasmic connections. What will be there? Abundant cytoplasmic connections will be there, and we know that abundant cytoplasmic connection, basically it is the protoplasm. It is basically what? It is plasmodesmata, right? It is plasmodesmata. So there will be abundant plasmodesmatal connection. So what exactly is the plasmodesmata? We know that in the plant cell, right, there are continuous cytoplasmic connections, right, by which the things will pass from one cell to the another, right? So this is what we have to remember. This is what we have to remember, right? That is what we have to remember. That's something you have to keep in your mind, right? That's how the things will pass from one cell to another. Is that clear? So there are abundant plasmodesmatal connections. There are abundant plasmodesmatal connections, right? So plasmodesmatal connection is a kind of gap junction here, right? Like in the animals, you study the gap junctions, right? So here in the plant cells, right, the junction that we discuss is the gap junction. Is that clear? Is that clear? So group of cell, it is small size cells, they are active cells, they are actively dividing, they have primary cell wall, they are thin walled. Their cell wall is having the cellulose, cytoplasm is going to be dense here, right? The nucleus is going to be large here. This is what you see. And here in this meristematic tissue, here in these cells, you are not going to find the reserve food. Do you know that? You are not going to find the reserve food. Why is it so? Because they are continuously dividing. That is why the reserve food material will not be stored here, number one. Secondly, here you are not going to see the vacuole, and even if you see the vacuole, right, first of all, you will see that no vacuoles are there. No vacuoles. And if vacuoles present, no vacuoles, if vacuoles present, they are of very small size. Am I clear? Am I clear? Am I clear? Sure. So these are the properties of the meristematic tissue which we need to know, right? So whatever I have discussed, you guys can read it from this slide. So cells are undifferentiated. This is the word that we need to understand, right? So undifferentiated means their fate is not fixed. Their fate is not fixed, right? Their fate is not fixed. It's not clear that what they are going to form. They are just dividing. They are just dividing. They are just dividing. They are increasing the cell number. So obviously they are small size. They are active. So they are immature, metabolically very active. Do not store the food. Cells are generally small. they can be isodiametric. Iso means same diameter. They have same diameter. The cytoplasm is dense and there is large prominent nucleus. Vacuoles usually absent, guys, but if they are present, they are very small in size. So they have only primary cell wall, which is thin, flexible, made up of cellulose. Abundant plasmodesmatal connection. No intercellular spaces. Cells are compactly arranged here. So non-living substances, ergastic substances, they are absent. Is that clear? They are absent. So write down quickly, write it down. Write it down, guys, quick. Sure, done? Done, beta? Done? Okay, so here you can see, just look at this internal structure here. Look at this tip here. You see the meristem. Can you see that? You see the meristem. You see the meristem. Done? Okay. Done, students? So non-living substances, in the bracket, ergastic substances, they are absent, right? What are they? They are absent. Understood? So let's talk about the classification of the meristematic tissue. Let's talk about classification of the meristematic tissue, right? So there is promeristem. There is promeristem. The number one thing that you have to keep in your mind is promeristem, okay? Please pay attention. Promeristem, which is also known as primordial meristem, which is also known as embryonic meristem. So it is the primordial meristem. It is the embryonic meristem. So what is happening here? It develops in the beginning during embryonic stages, when that plant is developing, from initially you know that seed is having the embryo, so that embryo is developing. So in that embryonic stages, right, in that embryonic stages, what do you see? That you will see that promeristem will form. Promeristem will form. Is that clear? Promeristem will form. Then it is the primary meristem. Then it is what? Then it is the primary meristem. So in the case of primary meristem, it originates from the promeristem and it retains the meristematic activity, right? So firstly there is the promeristem, then there is the primary meristem. So from promeristem, what will form? Primary meristem will form, right? It will keep on dividing. Where are we going to find it? We will find it in the apices of the root, stem and the leaves primordia, right? Primordia is the